You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.
Yeah! Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
I'm Jim.
My name is Asa.
Yes, and we are your astute win counselors to get you through any problems that you might be having on a day-to-day basis or throughout the week. So let's get right to it. We have Bryce, our first winner from Boulder, Colorado, and he writes, Dear Win, what is more important, smoking marijuana at 4:20 p.m. or 4:20 a.m. on 4/20? Jim, what do you think?
Oh, it's got to be a.m. Definitely a.m. Yeah. You got to start celebrating early. You got to set an alarm. You know, it's just going to set you up to have a very productive smoking day.
Oh, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. So, really like with the roosters crowing, you get right at it.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think, Ace?
Yeah, I agree with the 4:20 a.m., but I think it's important to move on through increments of 4:20. So, it's that graduating from 4:20 to 8:40 to 1 o'clock, and then that would actually be 5:20.
That's right, 5:20.
And then you would get on to 9:40, and then that would bring you on to 2 o'clock. And so on and so forth.
So it has to be consistent throughout the day, like you're taking medication or you're doing something like that?
Just as long as you're moving in increments of 4 hours and 20 minutes. It doesn't really matter when you start. I mean, 4:20 is the official number, but it's not the time you start that matters. It's how often and in what increments of time.
Well, see, I was going to kind of head a little bit in that direction by adding up 4:20, 4:20, 4:20, which makes 1 o'clock. And actually, you guys probably know how 4:20 started, right, Jim? You know how it started, the whole thing?
No.
Okay, what about you, Ace? You know?
I could tell a lie.
How do I know this? Because I know how this started. It started back in 1971. A couple high school kids would smoke marijuana at 4:20 in the afternoon after school. And that's how it started, and then it became in part of the pop vernacular and the dead.
Doesn't
and all that
school
stuff.
end at 3:30?
Yeah, but they met.
So what are you going to do for those 50 minutes?
Look for the 4:20.
Now that just seems like a waste.
It was like, it was somewhere. It was like Red Cliff or Red something, California, somewhere in California. Some high school kid in 71.
I remember in middle school, in front of the gymnasium, one day going to gym class, there was, I think it was spray painted on the ground, right. 4:20, and none of us, or I didn't know what it was. And people were saying that's like the time when people smoke, and I assumed they were talking about cigarettes.
Oh,
but now I know that.
Well, nowadays that'd be a demonic act to smoke a cigarette, especially at 4:20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, add it all up and smoke at 1 o'clock. Everything you got in your bag, everything you have in your pipe, everything you possibly have in your possession, smoke it all at once on 4:20 at 1 o'clock. Because that's what the numbers tell you, and the numbers never lie.
And I say moderation, increments at 4:20.
Yeah, he's a smart guy over there. Okay.
Incremental guy.
The next one comes from a little bit from the other side of the pond. It's Mizuki from Nagoya, Japan. She writes, Dear Win, many Japanese men in their 40s are committing suicide due to stress. Is this common in the USA too? And do you have any advice for relieving stress? Well, I don't know. I mean, might be going back to this. What do you think, Ace?
To relieve stress, I recommend breathing techniques, especially after the workday. Just taking some time, close your eyes, take deep breaths, hold your breath for a few moments, and then slowly exhale, and make that a regular habit. Just like some people have a habit of smoking pot or smoking cigarettes. Make it a habit of calming yourself down with some deep, relaxed breathing.
Okay. No methamphetamines or heroin. That's also habitual.
No, that stuff is very stress-inducing.
Okay. What do you think, Jimbo?
Well, I think, first of all, it's not as common in the U.S., but I think one way to relieve stress for these men is they need to turn that, instead of going inward, they need to turn out, and they need to kill someone else.
Okay.
Whether just in a way that relieves stress, so you want it to be really physical, like with a ball-peen hammer or something.
Right.
So I would go that way.
Oh, so it's like hurting repetitively. Beating somebody with a ball-peen hammer till they die?
Yeah, and physical exercise.
Good idea. Okay, well, then I got one little answer for you, Mizuki. I think what you should do is, this happened to Whoopi Goldberg, if I wasn't mistaken. She got kicked in the back of the sternum. So 40-year-old men still have the ability to raise their legs, and they're still fairly strong. They should go around and kind of go down the lines of what Jim is saying, and just start kicking people through the back of their back, into their chest, to the sternum. And if it kills somebody, but nonetheless, it definitely relieves the stress. All right, guys, we'd like to thank you for those questions. And we have one more little piece of inspiration to get you through the rest of the week, known as Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Hey there, Cancer. You need to say, yes, I can, sir, to going to the World Improv Network YouTube page, subscribe, like some videos, check us out on iTunes, the World Improv Network podcast, leave a review if it's good, leave some stars, download, subscribe, check out our Facebook page for the World Improv Network. And if you say, yes, I can, sir, you'll be a Cancer.
Thanks for listening to Win on KZKO. Don't forget to interact with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the Win KZKO blog. See you next week.
You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.